Well, good morning. Back at Aldeby again for 24 hour, or just over a 24-hour session. I've got one rod out there already. And what I've done is I put in the bait I used. It's a bit different to what I normally do. I've got no pellet, so I can't use no pellet, so I've got to use sweet corn and just bait sweet corn and the ball approach this time with a bit of higher traction. Now I'm just going to quickly show you the baits I'm using just before we get started, then we'll carry on. Right, yes, I have a bait boat, so if you don't like bait boats, don't watch. What I've got in there, as you can see at the bottom there, I've got some sweet corn, I've got some bloodworm and curl boilie chopped and rolled, just like a handful, and in that bag I've got some crumbed up bloodworm and boilie, but I've also put in some bloodworm the cloudy liquid in amongst all that as well, hence why you can see, there you go, it's all at the bottom there, so hopefully give a bit of a traction. All I'm going to do is just plonk it in there like that, and I'm just going to put a small boilie over the top, not many, just like I said, just a handful, just to give a bit of a traction, and that's about it. And then I just put my hook bait in amongst all that, and on there is the bloodworm, no it's not, it's the krill white one, just going to try a white one. I put the bloodworm liquid on it because I don't know what I've done with the krill glug on pop-ups, so I've shown you before, and that one is going to go over that way there, sort of around that area. Got one the same place I did before, which is sort of about there, ish, give or take, and hopefully I'm going to go over there this time, something a bit different. So I'll get on with doing that and see what we can do. Right, well, good afternoon. It was morning a little while ago. Right, so we have a return visit to Aldeby. I'm here for just over 24 hours, so you're looking at what? 24, might be 20, 26, maybe 27 hours, something like that. Seen me sort my rods out and stuff earlier on, and the baits I'm using, I'm trying something a bit different this time, just to see what sort of experimental, so I suppose you could put this down as an experimental session. It's not going to be too bad though. I think we're going to have a bit of sun and a bit of cloudiness, that and the other. Shouldn't get any rain this time, so we should be alright. Although I did do it last time when it rained, but there you go. Yeah, so here till 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, or just before, whatever. And yeah, so return visit to Aldeby and a cup of coffee. I shall have my dinner in a short while. Yeah, just sort of have another go at it, so that's all we can do. Coming into September, so I suppose you might class it as sort of a late summer, early autumn, depending how you want to look at it. And this is my favourite time of year. Was a bit like they're getting their heads down, ready for a winter feed, or feed up before the winter. Well, that's a theory anyway. So yeah, we're back at, like I say, we're back at Aldeby, just over 24 hours. I've been sort of looking forward to this session. If I can get down here yesterday, I would have done. Obviously there was someone here, so yeah, back in the swamp again, and I'll just stop the waffling on and stop the errands. Anyway, you watch out there. I'll drink this, sit back and relax. Awesome. It's good to be on the bank again. Sitting on that. Right, well it's now come to 5 o'clock. Nothing much has happened at all. I had to nip home and grab my frying pan because some idiot forgot to bring it. Don't ask me how I forgot, but I did. Most important part of all things, but anyway, I have. So when I come back, I just literally put a little bit more bait over the same spots I did earlier, and just refresh the baits, and that's all I've done. Nothing has happened much this afternoon. It has been fairly quiet. think there's one little one I heard to think it's to my left hand side. So I think I heard it sort of splash, but nothing, I wouldn't anything of a great size. So I'm just having a cup of coffee. Like I say, it's nearly up to 5 o'clock. And that's pretty much it. That's all I can really report at the moment. Apart from that little one splashing, it has been very little shown whatsoever. We do have a, I think it's a north or northeasterly wind that should be coming in, northeast or something like that. There's a little chill in the air, so that might hinder it. Apart from that, I was just going to leave that now completely right through till tomorrow, unless obviously I get a bite in the meantime, and then go from that. So give you an update a little bit later on, and hopefully a bit more news. Enjoy. Right, well, another update. It's now come up to 7 o'clock. And there's been nothing shown since the last time I done an update. Stone. Just heard a big splash at the back. Now I'm not too sure where it was or if it was in the area, but I haven't seen the ripples come out, so something might happen, or it may not. I don't know. One thing is for sure, the wind has dropped, and the temperature's dropped quite a little bit as well. Hence why I got my jumper on, because it's actually turning a little bit nippy, although it is like an easterly wind supposed to come in or something or other. So that'll drop the temperature a little bit. However, like I say, it's now come to 7 o'clock, so, and it'll be dark by getting on 8 to 8:15 time. So what I'll do, I'll say, for now I'll say this will be it until tomorrow morning. I'm not going to touch them, I'm just going to leave them exactly where they are, and hope they come across me at some point. I think, apart from the two guys beside me that swim next door, pretty much got the lake to herself. So again, pressure's off the water, so that's a good thing. Line pressure, that is. So like I said, leave them out there now, baited up the areas. I'm not going to do any more whatsoever now until, one, I get a fish through it the night, or two, perhaps but tomorrow mid-morning or something, I might just put a little bit more bait out and just sit over, or I might just leave it as is. I don't know yet. Or I'll think about it when we get to the point. However, that'll be it. So I'll either see you throughout the night, this evening, early hours of the morning, first thing in the morning, or I will see you tomorrow at some point. As normal, you may vision out there, same as I would. Well, good morning. As you can see, Bob is up. He's looking for his breakfast. He's obviously seen something. He did stumble a minute ago. Get yourself prepared. I think he's going to have the same thing I've done. Have nothing. Anyway, good morning. Right, well that's it then. After this morning, the entry this morning, and Bob the heron, who's directly opposite us, he didn't get nothing either, apart from he nearly fell in, which is quite funny. But he went away with finding his breakfast somewhere else. As it stands, I do have about another hour, but I am in a pack day mood, as you can see. I literally just brought it away, and I am just literally packing away as per normal, and it just means the rods will be the last thing to come in. So as it stands at the moment, we're on a blank. I did kind of expect it to be, because the temperature dropped quite cold last night. We had also clear sky as well, so then the cloud came a bit later on. I know it's not an excuse. I have, like I said, I blank, and at the moment I say that I have at the moment. But it's not over until the rods are in, and when the rods are in, that'll be game over, and I'll be hopefully fishing next week back over there on the opposite bank. I'm in some trees. I've been a few little tips and tricks put to my way, so I'm going to take them on board and do it until follow the local rules, this local knowledge. And that's what I'm going to do. So for now, I'll catch you later, and if you got this far, top banana, and as per normal, you can have a little spy out there keeping on my rods, and hopefully you might even get a run on take. I wouldn't hold your breath. Have you hear it? Oh, you almost got to do that'll do. Right, you watch them. We'll sort it, and I'll pack away. Well, good morning. 20 past 11. Back down to Aldeby again. Back in the swamp. Right, so the reason being, there's two people on the lake. Simple size, two old boys, and there's one at the far corner, which is over there. I was going to fish over there. Finished just the middle. But they're only here for the day, so what I've decided to do is that when they've gone, I'm going to put one out in the middle, put one, spin around here, as per normal, and in between the two pumps, I'm going to put one just in the middle, when they're gone. So that's the plan. So I'll put two baits on, that one there for the minute. Not quite set up, almost there, just got a few stuff down, so I only just sort of got here really, and wander around. I'm basically going to go from that. Right, so what I'll do is I'll shut up my waffling, get camp set up, and roll on the 24 hours. Good afternoon. Oh, what a warm one. Basically got pretty much set up now. I've just got to put the rigs on my rods and get the rods out. I've got to make the other rod up because I had a bit of a tangle last week, so I had to cut the line off and I just left it, and I'll sort that today. The other rod is all ready to go, just got to put the hook on it and then chuck it out there. The other hook link I had last time, I noticed there's a slight kink in it, so I stripped it off and just gonna sit there and just cool off and watch the water a bit as well. Nice. Just got to 2 to 5. Nothing's happened this afternoon. Apart from the fact I've just been sitting here and sort of chilling out, relaxing, trying to keep cool as well. It's quite sort of humidity or muggy, whatever you want to call it. And that sun does hold a lot of heat as well, so that don't help. However, there's very little ones sort of splashing around, like very normal basically. And the two dianglers beside me have gone, so I'm going to have relocation of my right hand rod, but I'm going to do it about 7 o'clock time, just to make sure no one else turns up at the last minute. With a bit of luck, we should be okay. The other diangler over the back, a young lad, he's still there. I don't know what time he's going to go, but I think by the looks of it, I've got the lake to myself, which is very unusual for a Saturday, but that's how it goes sometimes. It's just no complaint to me. Just gives me a bit more quiet at night, and obviously less pressure on the water through the lines and rods and whatnot. So yeah, that's just a quick update. Like I said, I come to 20 to 5. So at 5 o'clock time, I should probably have my tea, up at 5, 6 or whatever. And at 7 o'clock, I will have a relocation. Which reminds me. Just have a look. It just reminds me. Yeah, that reminds me. going to do it earlier on, but I was sitting just sort of still chilled out and just relaxing so much. It was unreal. Just show the baits I'm using, so what I'll do. What we've got, obviously you've got the sweet corn, got a few boilies, there are krill and the bloodworm, a few halves, a few hulls, just sort of crushed, not crushed but just crushed by my hand. These little seedy things, if I can get hold of some. There's Hinder's carp crunch in there. Basically I've got them in this bucket here. Let me just take that out of the way. Oh, a bit disorganising. Oh, in it. Oh, leave undo when you want to. There you go. That's basically what we got. A bit more than I actually want, but that's always there. I can always take them and freeze it. That's the Hinder's carp crunch. There's obviously several different seeds and stuff in there. So I'll put some of that in there. Obviously a few where are we? The old course bag because I'd run out, and I've put some of this in here as well. Let me just see if I can put under there like that. If you see that, it's a frenzied hemp seed worm meal. It's basically a ground bait, but I put it in here just to add a bit more of attraction, just sort of do everything in one hand. So that's basically what you got. Good old mixture of that, and obviously good old bloodworm and krill, other baits I'm using, so that's what's in there. So yeah, there's something a bit different to what I normally would use, but I thought that I would give it a little bash and basically see what happens really. We all know fish love corn, and hopefully the seed in that will keep them, when they get in on it, hopefully that'll keep them grubbing around a bit. So right, rebaited up, changed my hook, fresh hook baits on for the night. All buff rods up. Excuse me. Both rods are back out there. The left one is in the same place it was earlier, just over there. Yeah, over that way, same place, or near enough. A bit more bait over the top of it, just for the night, because there's a bit more that particle mix I put in. The other one, now earlier on, there was bubbles coming out. And what I've done is, I've gone. There it is, about there. I've gone in line with that swim, middle swim, come to the middle. There's bubbles there early on, and I think there's a fish jump when I turned up, so sort of a little pointer out to me. So I thought, well, no one else is here apart from the young man over there, but I think he's leaving shortly. I don't think he's standing out, so I'll have the whole lake to myself, unless someone turns up in the meantime. Which means I can do that. If there was someone else here, I wouldn't do it, because it wouldn't be fair to do that when they're probably in their swim or whatever. But there's no one else here, so I'll give it a whirl and see what happens. Be fun. So yeah, as it stands at the minute, apart from the young man over there, that's it. I think you've got a few people on the other swim, which is the other side of those trees. There's another lake, it's a long lake. I think it's more of a runs water. I will fish it one day, but I quite like it in here. Especially when there's no one else here, it's so quiet, it's just, well, even if someone else was here, it'd still be fairly quiet and peaceful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it now, kind of like, yeah, feeling it. Still warm, still humid and muggy. I don't think I'm going to get away from that. Almost a dead calm, there is a slight little breeze. If you can see above the treetops, well, you can't, not a lot, but just a little bit. Apart from that, it is fairly quiet. Calm, sorry. Yeah, right, so they're right. I'm going to sit there and watch out there and listen for anything. It's dark about 8 o'clock now, so I'll probably still sit here in the darkness just listening, So if there's anything jumping, especially around the 2 baits I've put out, and fingers crossed we get one. Yeah, that's all I can say at the minute. Right, well, as you can see, dark is upon us. All I'll say now is that if nothing happens between now and the morning, I'll catch up in the morning. And obviously anything happens for the night, obviously you'll know as well as I will. So therefore, I shall now call it an evening. And fingers crossed, which you probably can't see, hope to see you later. Or first thing in the morning. Peace and quiet. Lovely, huh? Right, I'll stop my waffling. I'll catch you later. Oh, good morning. 6 o'clock. Right hand rod, just had a back bite. Nothing has occurred at the moment, so I've left it where it is. Just reset my bobbin to see what happens. Well, basically from that, gonna land a knot as well. Right. Right, it's 9:30. Breakfast has been cooked up and consumed, and unfortunately I have nothing to report. I should be here till 2 o'clock time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave the rods out where they are. I'm not going to mess about bringing them in and this, that and the other. Had a couple of little knocks this morning. That's as far as it went. And yeah, so I'm just going to sit back and just relax and try and keep out of the sun because it is quite warm. And I'll go from that. So it's not, well, as it stands it's a blank, but it's not to say that I won't catch nothing, because you never know. It's not over until all the rods are in. So I will sit back and just chill out now. Try and keep in the shade as much as I can. They will stay there until I give them. And because I'm in the middle, if someone turn up in the other swim behind me, then obviously I've got to bring it and relocate. Which I knew anyway. Right, so therefore, I'll leave it there, and you carry on watching, and I'll sit here watching as well. Right, it's now come to 2:10. I've been chatting to the bailiff. I'm sort of a bit over time. I was expected to stay here, don't I? As it stands, fish 2 and meat none. Nothing happened whatsoever this morning after the footage this morning. That's pretty much quiet. I haven't seen anything show whatsoever, so therefore I can only say that they're not interested. However, as you can see, one rod left remain, one's packed there, BB has gone down. Just a few bits and pieces to go, so I will call it there. And if you have got this far, thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time. And hopefully we'll get a fish on. But I can do what they want, so. Right,